What up? What up? What up? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is at Big Games BS, brought to you by Den Media Group. Den Media Group. It's kind of weird to say that because there's only one show on Den Media Group right now, but it started off with Sports Den, which we will bring back Sports Den here soon. And my goal is by the end of this quarter, we will have 4 to 6 shows that will be on our Den Media Group channel, ranging from a variety of different topics. But we'll also have other shows as well. It's gonna be interesting, man. Gonna be interesting. A lot of cool things been going on, but until then, let's talk about it. Brought to you by Den Media Group. It's presented by thehumidor.com. Thehumidor.com and ABC Fine Wine Spirits is the go-to place for all your spirits and your cigars. You go to thehumidor.com. You're supposed to type in Sports Den, but we got to get that shit. I had to talk to IT. Got to get that fixed. But you go there anyways, buy your goddamn cigars. You're going to get them cheaper. Or go to ABC. And you buy if you buy over 6 cigars, you're going to get 15% off anyway, which makes it much cheaper than most of the places. And if you spend over $150, you're going to get free delivery and in the continental United States. Inside of the world's greatest cigar lounge, Goodfellas Cigar Lounge is like Cheers with the mob twist. Everybody knows your name, and if you get out of pocket, we can put you back in pocket real easily. Couple times that's had to happen. We probably have the most secure place without security that you'll probably ever find. So, but it's good people here, great drinks, probably the best liquor selection you'll get in the city of Jacksonville. We're trying to grow this. As we're speaking of growing things, I am trying to grow the 2 YouTube channels that I have. We have Den Media Group. If you go to on YouTube at Den Media Group, you go check that out. I want that page to get to 2,000 subscriptions. We're at not at that. I think we're at 1560, but that's what that I haven't updated it recently. We click this button. We're at 1566 right now. Hey. So the minute we get to 2,000 subs, we're going to do our live show like we did with the tickets for the Jags playoff game, and we're going to give somebody who watches that live show $200 on their Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, or PayPal. Did I say all the different versions? Apple Pay, whatever you need, we're going to give you that. If Big Game, I want Big Game James _36 YouTube, my personal one, to be 1,000 before I start adding more content to it, and we'll give out 100. And then what happens is every time we reach that threshold, we're going to give away 10%. So if I get to 3,000, we're giving away 300. If I get to 4,000, we get to 10,000, we're giving away a stack, so on and so on. So like that means we're being successful, and what we want to do is be like a show for the people. So if we're successful, we're getting views, then we want to make sure that you guys get blessed and you get views, as well as all of the other stuff that we're doing. So at Big Game James _36 on YouTube, that's all of my social media handles. At Den Media Group, that is currently the YouTube channel handle, but that probably will be here shortly. All of our social media handles, because we're going to have that. Then we'll have a social media handle for the individual respective shows. And again, this economy, people don't want to work. People not making no bread. Let's be a blessing. Let's bless others, and then we'll have some gear and a whole bunch of other shit popping off here relatively shortly. If you could go share this in the Facebook groups, or are we on? Did we do Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. I really personally don't care if you share it on Facebook. It'll be nice. I just always like the views, but I definitely need y'all to go tell people to go watch the YouTube. That's the most important shit for us. But as a show title, we're not going to bury the lead, as my old mentor used to say. Most of the things in life that I've been able to appreciate, good cooter. You don't grow as a man until you haven't encountered some good cooter. When you get some good cooter, everything in your life enhances. And when I think about the quarterbacks in Northeast Florida that everybody has been infatuated with, white, tall, muscular, kind of handsome, Christian values. One got good cooter in his life. The other one had no cooter in his life when he was playing football. So Tim Tebow didn't get any cooter. None at all. He wasn't married. He did, like, allegedly. I don't judge. I'm probably one of the few people. I've had some alleged gay teammates before. I don't care what you are. All I care is that you can perform very well. You know, Baby Tebow didn't like women like that until he got a little bit older. Now he's got the some model or something like that he's married to. But he started getting cooler and played baseball though. Trevor Lawrence got married when he got here, got some cooter, didn't play. I'm not saying this, suggesting it was his first time getting it, and I think they were both virgins. So you don't really, I believe women don't know how to, and this is men too, but this is me saying women don't even know how to really use their vagina to their 30. I'm just letting you know, guys. Men, my young bulls, listen to me. It gets better, dog. You get to 30, they done figured it out. They done messed around. They know how to like. The cooter's better when you're over. Get you some vintage vagina and your life will be better. Trust me, it enhances it. But both of them were virgins. She didn't know how to use her cooter. But then he got some good cooter in the form of Jim Bob Cooter. Jim Bob Cooter is a football coach. And if you've been listening to the Sports Den forever, we've been trying to get Cooter in Jacksonville for quite some time. Jim Bob Cooter is just Jackson. This is a man who got drunk, so drunk that he fell asleep in a drive-through restaurant. He also got drunk and went into the wrong person's house, wrong lady's house. Like fell asleep in the bed, kind of like Goldilocks, but with a guy. Cooter locks, if you will. And I was just thinking about Urban Meyer enjoyed Cooter, and he didn't bring. He should have. We were like Jim Bob Cooter should have came in. Jim Bob Cooter was the offense. Was a quarterback's coach, offensive analyst for the Jaguars. Right now, they are threatening to take our Cooter away from Jacksonville, and this has got to stop. We just had a bet. Think about how, again, if you don't believe me and good cooter coming in your life, blessing you, what was Jacksonville Jaguars like before Cooter? We were a first overall pick again. The Jaguars with good cooter had a chance to unseat the evil light-skinned empire of the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just saying, the Buccaneers have requested permission to interview Jaguars pass game coordinator Jim Bob Cooter for their offensive coordinator jobs, per sources. The veteran coach helped Jacksonville rank 10th in passing offense with Trevor Lawrence as the quarterback coach. And think about who could use some good cooter in their life since they got divorced. Tom Brady. Tom Brady is lacking consistent good cooter. And now you bring in Jim Bob Cooter to balance him out. Good cooter balances a man out. When you're consistently getting cooter, it coaches you up, man. It makes you want to go out and do more. Wars have been fought for cooter. Think about all the coaches named Dick. Ain't nobody fought for a coach named Dick. But wars have been won in the quest for good cooter. Amen. And Tom Brady's had enough cooter in his life, man. He's good. Nobody told him to go get married to the supermodel. Pretty cooter ain't as good as ugly cooter. What do you mean by that, James? Pretty girls... How do I say this? It's probably offensive anyway. I don't give a damn. Hopefully your children aren't listening. Actually, hopefully they are, because y'all aren't teaching these kids real values and real things that they can do. Pretty cooter don't get beat up. Ugly cooter gets beat up because they are trying to please and win the championship. So Tom went and got Giselle, and she couldn't take the back shots. She couldn't take all of these different things, and it was fucking up his game. That's why he had to get out of the marriage. Interesting. And that's what fucked up his mentals. Again, good consistent cooter keeps your mental sane. But you know, she was over there. Don't do that to me. Don't flip me. Don't put my man. Pretty girls like don't have to do stuff because they're pretty. And a lot of you simpletons have we're like delicate, beautiful flower. This, that. The ugly cooter wants you to spit in their mouth. I don't do that. That's just too much. That's like that's scary. I've read some of y'all. Like I have a friend who always puts that on her IG, and I was just like, you really like that? Well, this is pre-COVID. You know what? She hasn't said anything since COVID. Like, but she put it on like her IG. And I'm like, you like it spit in your mouth? That's like if somebody just came and asked me, I'm like, if you want it, I guess. I don't. That's strange. Like, anyways, my bad. Strange cooter though will. Strange cooter can't help you though. But long story short, Trevor Lawrence is only a year removed from being a virgin. We don't need to get Cooter away from him. If anything, we need to get Cooter more involved and get him some more Cooter so that we can continue to win games here in Jacksonville. So you're not going to get that kind of analysis anywhere else. Everybody else is going to say, well, you know, when you got the cover two defense, too high safety, you got to be able to attack it with the 4 verticals, get into the zones. No. All Trevor needed was some Cooter, and that got him playing better. Cooter, keeping him is imperative for Dougie P, as well as just a lot of other different things. The Jags had a good season. Right now, we're going to be drafting a little bit later than we're used to drafting here in the city. So, like, we don't really know what's going on here. Like, normally we're done in the Thursday night first round. Last few years, the Jaguars draft special has been it's been 10 minutes, and we just been stretching it. Like now, Chris Porter's gonna have me at the fucking stadium. Like, James, you don't got to get there till 9:00. We're not drafting till later. Before I gotta get there at 4:00. Be there before everybody gets there. So hopefully the Jags will address some things either on the offensive line or the defensive line. I personally think if we got a D tackle, it would be great. You got Cam Robinson, who just had a devastating knee injury. You probably could go get another left tackle. Juwan Taylor played decent at right tackle. You got to get better. You got to get more shirt up on that O-line. Calvin Ridley coming at wide receiver lessens your likelihood of needing to get another wide receiver unless you can get D-Hop. I can't even see any of that shit.
Oh, you say keep Cooter and pay Cooter more.
Shit. People pick on paying for Cooter. Sometimes paying for Cooter is better than trying to get free Cooter. Free Cooter come with a lot of obligations. You got to talk to him on the phone. You got to do paying for Cooter. Like, you can just get what you need done and then keep it moving. But the Jaguars, we'll have a lot more draft coverage. I'll be at the NFL Combine, so we'll get some interviews. We'll get some stuff like that. And more than likely, I'm going back to KC for the NFL draft. Actually, let's talk about it. There was a story that happened at KC that is funny now, but it wasn't funny then because I'm done. A lot of my stories in life that are dangerous are more funny once I get out of the inherent danger. And I'm going to probably leave some names out and not name some people. Like, I'm going to tweak the situation, but the gist of the story lets you know why I put this tweet out. I put this tweet out and this is why I need my guy Chris and these other stuff to speed up, because one of my dreams in life was to be in a rap video, and I was in it, but I do want to live like a rapper. I want to live like 50 Cent. But 50 Cent is also insulated by a lot of money. But I want goons. I mean, not your traditional goons, like not the ones I grew up with. I'm talking about the goons with a suit that carry the piece and have the sheet of paper that if you try to fuck with me, they can shoot you. This is why I need it. So I said everywhere I go from now on, because I do like to go out and have a good time, and I am surrounded by people, and I don't know who's friendly and who's not. I need to have 2 to 3 people that are ready to go at all given times. In my hood, we had this saying, he who can post bail does not go to jail. I have no problem posting your bail and getting you out. I won't leave you there. But what we got to do is make sure that the talent is taken care of. And sometimes the way I move, it looks like I'm in the talent acquisition business. I'm not. But I am surrounded by a lot of people, and I learned a valuable lesson. And I saw Andrew Tate. Well, somebody posted, because Andrew Tate is in jail, I think. But anyways, I think he's hilarious. I like him. I don't agree with everything, but I think he's hilarious. But he put that I have this fresh baldy and this Dior Sauvage. I am obligated to go knock down as much tail as I can. This is my duty. I had no idea. I've never been a cologne guy. I just got a bottle of Dior Sauvage. Men, buy that shit. If you need the bait, buy it, bro. Trust me. You don't even got you can just go splish and it's like there. And I didn't know the impact that this had on people. And because I'm gonna explain it. I went to go cover the KC game and I splished it on me. I had Josina Anderson acting different. She was right next to me, and like, she sniffed me. Like, I'm not saying she walked up and sniffed me. I'm just saying she smelled me when we hugged and she was acting different. Because if Josina Anderson just walked up and just sniffed me, I'm gonna tell y'all on Twitter. But I had this on all day. And then I went to, my friend had a party with her mom. They both had birthdays around the same time. And we had a party. We partied and shit. And I had the Dior Savage was still savaging. It's a 24-hour thing, guys. I don't know what I thought cologne just wears off. Apparently, her mom was having a good time. Mom's not quite, her mom is in my range. What is your range, Dan? So right now, once you're getting close to 40, fellas, keep it in, understand, your time to shine ain't got to be in your 20s. Just make it to 35 and you're going to be good. Especially if you got your credit right, you got some things going. So because at 35, you can go 10 years down. I wouldn't suggest going 15 years down. I would suggest waiting until they don't mess with a woman that's under 30 if you're at 35. But you can go to, let's say you go to 25 and then you can go up to 45. So I'm almost 40, so I can go up to almost 50, right? So 50, boom, you go boom, boom, right there. So her mom is almost 50. Mom's talking to me, laughing. We singing. I love 80s and 90s R&B. I know all the songs. We singing, we vibing, we laughing. I don't know her man is there. I don't even know this dude exists. And what happens is, Buddy is like scowling in the background, mad. Then I'm like, all right, cool. I tell my boy, we about to bounce. I'm like, hey, man, let's roll. Everybody's like, nah, party at our house, the mom's house. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't have shit to really do the next day. Fine. So we go over there, and we vibing, we drinking, we having a good time. The Sauvage is savaging. And she's close, and we talking, we singing and all this other stuff. Then all of a sudden, it's time to go. And I got to go use the bathroom. I'm ready to go. So I try to go upstairs, and this man says, nah, don't be disrespecting me in my house, over here dancing with my woman, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa. I started looking around. He's yelling in my direction. So I'm like, hold up, man, what the fuck going on here? And he's like, you got to get the fuck out of my house now. I'm like, okay, just wanted to pee first, but I will call my Uber. You got it, bro. It's your house. No disrespect. Yeah, that's right. And I'm like, yo, watch your tone. I am clearly conceding right now. I don't want no smoke. This man pulls out his gun. Wow. I'm like, wow. I haven't even raised my fist. And I'm sitting here thinking now. And what's happening is he's mad that I'm not scared. And I'm not intimidated. One, let me tell you why. It's like 10 people in between us. Bitch, if you pull out your gun and shoot me, guess I can tell you what's going to happen to your bitch after this. She's going to get fucked by somebody else. Like, so the person that you're worried about her being with, you ain't got to worry about me. Yes, you eliminated me off the planet, but you just invited every other man in the planet to be able to do that. 2, I was just having a good time. I wasn't even thinking about that. 3, now, I will say this. The asshole in me, had I known that's what made him angry, I would have antagonized him. I would have lived it up, knowing that I had no intentions of doing anything. But I will say this. I blame it on the Dior. Men, don't wear that shit unless you want attention. It's terrifying. I may not wear it again. Like, I've never worn cologne. What's crazy is I learned from JJ, our old producer, that my New Year's resolution is just to live. Especially after almost dying of COVID, I just say, you know what? I just want to live next year. But I changed it. I said, my New Year's resolution is I'm going to get into colognes. I'm fucking. Like, I don't need that kind of smoke, these kind of problems wearing cologne. So, but I'm just telling you, men, if you guys want that kind of attention, they'll get you some of that Sauvage. But that was, I don't like that. That's me covering the Jags. I don't want any, like, it's terrifying. But you know,
crazy.
Yeah, but I do need guys. So if you're in security, right, and you want to go on some dope ass trips, I might be looking for you. I ain't even gonna hold you, dog. Like, I really might need you, because now your job is, if you see the dude over there lurking, getting mad because his old lady getting fresh, you shoot him on sight. Like, because, or just do what I did tell the person when he tried to apologize. I said, listen, there's no need to apologize. The minute you pull a gun on me, there is no repairing that relationship.
Yeah.
But I will say this: had you been close enough, I was gonna take the gun, unchamber it, drop the clip, and I was gonna beat the fuck out of you with that pistol. Because you don't pull gun. This is what we learned with Green. This is why going to Green Acres Sporting Goods is so important. Everybody needs to learn from the old white man that teaches the gun class. Don't pull that gun out unless you're ready to use it. To quote the gay ballerina from Baltimore, Tupac Shakur, Negro, pull your strap on me, you better kill me. That's the facts. But violence sometimes lets you know that there is a little something in there. The testosterone's flowing. It makes you live. It makes you become a winner. And nothing lets me know that I don't even know what I said. Bro, the cologne, I just listen. Whoever got me that cologne, it's your fault. Blame you. But when I know a team is going on is in national championship contender mode, right? Violence happens. You ain't gotta quote me. Go look at all your favorite teams. Like that 99 national championship team for Florida State, goons in it. Georgia, Alabama's national championship. If somebody's not getting arrested, my dog Dub got arrested for getting the hookup at Dillard's, and they won a national championship. See what I'm saying? I literally don't know the science behind all of it, but I do know that national championship teams have people who get arrested. The University of Florida won 2 and 3 years with a roster full of felons. You want to know how I'm going to go? I was going to bet on Florida State, but we haven't had anybody get arrested yet, so I'm a little nervous. But I'm going to put some money on the University of Georgia. The reason why I'm going to put money on the University of Georgia is because the University of Georgia just got a guy in who transferred. And they already got, you can actually click on the quote, the tweet I quoted. So this guy right here, Ra Thomas, transferred in from Mississippi State University, was originally at Alabama, hasn't been at the University of Georgia a full month. This is the Ed Reed of Georgia athletes. Ain't been that bitch for a few weeks, already arrested. Now, as I talk to some of my friends, like, there's only a few things that you can't do, right? Don't put your hands on a woman. Like, that's gonna get you messed up. This situation is a little bit different, but I also do know that sometimes dudes ain't got it all in the head, and they're the ones who be winning. But he, Ra Thomas, I think. I make sure I said his name because I be want to say Ra Davis. Yeah, Ra Thomas was arrested. He was actually pretty decent. Was arrested for domestic violence with his girlfriend. Now, normally this happens when you haven't made a play at the university, you get kicked out. DeAndre Johnson from out of Jacksonville dropped the bitch in the club. She called him a nigga and spit on him. So I'm not mad at him for that. But you can't hit a woman. Had he made a play at Florida State, he probably would have been able to ride it out. But he hadn't made any plays yet. So, like, they had to boot him. I mean, the only thing I got, there's no such, people say you should never hit a woman. I don't think you should, right? I don't believe in that. But I'm not going to tell you there aren't any instances where I would knock a bitch out. You're not going to whoop my ass. I don't give a damn. I've seen some of these women. I know women who can fight men.
Right.
You're not going to beat the fuck out of me and then have me go to the police crying with a black eye, talking about, and then them laughing at me, because them dudes will laugh at you. Trust me.
I feel like weight class should be.
Well, yeah. But I think that's for the same. Yeah, like
weight class.
I personally, like, put it like this: if I went, like I told you the story yesterday, that on the show yesterday, if I went and tried to fight that guy who was petite, he should shoot. Exactly. It's in his best interest to shoot me if I try to get violence, because I outweigh him by a lot. And if I get my hands on him, it'll be as bad as him shooting me, more than likely. A woman that's 5'10", almost 200 pounds, going up against a 5'4", 130-pound man that's not an even exchange, man. I don't care. But anyways, that's different topic. My point is, Ra Thomas was arrested for a felony charge of false imprisonment and a misdemeanor charge of family violence. The false imprisonment comes from the girl saying that he would not allow her to leave the room. Now, when you read the full police report, though, this is my problem and why I'm not going to jump down this kid's throat. They take two sides. When the police get called for domestic disputes, somebody going to jail. Just know that. And more than likely, it's the male. The girl was 17 years old. That's a problem right now, but they're not that far off in age. I think he's probably like 19. The female told the police Thomas stood in the dorm doorway, blocking her exit, and stated that she could not leave. The report states that during the struggle for the phone that Thomas grabbed from the female's right arm, it caused a bruise. The female said now she started kicking and scratching Thomas. Then she said Thomas pushed her forward. Thomas says the altercation only became physical when she started choking and hitting him. The female also broke his laptop, valued at $1,200. And then the police did observe bruises on Thomas. But guess who went to jail, and guess who's got the article written about him? Ra Thomas. Why weren't both put in jail? It's because of misogyny. That's why. The same misogynistic culture that women say they hate is the same misogynistic culture that perpetuates things like this, that makes the people believe that you're not equally capable of doing damage and violence to somebody else. And what happens is you play to that, and you know it. You like it when it works for you, and you don't like it when it doesn't work for you. And the fucked up part is, this is why I'm starting to tell young men to start focusing on yourself and getting your own emotionals right, so that you're not like Ed Reed and these other overgrown babies. And wait till you're old enough to be able to manage things, because these toxic situations only hurt you and fuck up the bottom line. Get you an older bitch, because this is what's going to happen. She knows that you got a chance to go to the NFL, right? The older woman. She may manipulate you with some other things by giving you the good Jim Bob cooter, but she's not finna fuck up the money. This young gal who don't know how to use her vagina right is about to fuck up the money over some bullshit, because now you have a domestic violence charge. Doesn't mean you're going to jail, but it's on your record. And so you know what's going to happen when you declare for the draft? They're going to ask you about this. They're going to use this against you. And she could be the baby mama. My daughter's mother was like this. Now she's old. She was older, but she was an unstable creature. and was willing to go scorched earth in order to like prove a point, but that doesn't do anything for anybody. Stay away from these crazy, especially with the name, image, and likeness thing going on, guys. Stay away from this stuff. Speaking of name, image, and likeness, they're saying name, image, and likeness is ruining. Name, image, and likeness ruins sports. But this is the type of shit that's ruining sports. Everybody has a problem. Everybody has a problem with the young men getting paid, right? But nobody has a problem with the old white men getting paid off of the young men. I'm not saying that they're not black or white, because it's both that are doing it. Josh Heupel just received an extension after having one decently good season. Tennessee still has a lot of issues that they're going to go with, but Tennessee has extended Josh Heupel's contract through January of 2029. He moves up into the top 10 nationally for coaching salaries, up to $9 million. We have a problem with the kids making possibly 50,000, 52, like a good NIL deal is probably about 300,000 right now. We have a problem with the kids making that are actually doing the work that gets the other guys paid. But we don't have a problem paying a guy $9 million. And people keep saying this is what's ruining sports. When I played Bobby Bowden was the highest paid coach. He got paid $2.5 million a year. Other coaches in the same goddamn conference were making $500,000 and grateful. Now you have coordinators. If a coordinator made over $100,000, that was a well-paid coordinator. Now you got coordinators making $2.5-3 million. No, what's ruining college athletics is limited capitalism, not free market. Free market capitalism works itself. That's what America is. Your disdain for the brothers ain't gonna change the numbers. It's just strengthening the bullshit among us. To quote Sean Corey Carter in his poem, "Some People Hate." I don't give a damn what these kids make, because again, to quote Sean Corey Carter, "I respect the game. That should be it. What you eat don't make me shit. I want to make more money. I want my son to get that alleged Jaden Rashada deal. I just don't want him hanging out with Darren Heitner, who we'll get into in a minute." Miles, if you look at the last email I sent you, because this is really what the issue is. People keep talking about this. This is why you have to recruit and you have to get money out of fucking self-defense, because Alabama is just whatever Nick Saban imagines, it's somebody's job to create. Front Office Sports at FOS reports, as a part of their new agreement with Learfield is basically who owns all the imaging and data rights of schools. Alabama will build a dedicated NIL hub called the Advantage Center. Fine. Basically, this is what Alabama has, a room for people to go figure out how to get NIL deals.
That looks like the future or the Men in Black place.
Alabama, to quote things that Alabama has that they don't need, Alabama has a 25,000 square foot cafeteria, basically. They call it a training table, but it's a cafeteria. It's nothing more than a cafeteria. To put it in perspective, a really good sports performance center that most of these guys spend money to go do their combine training at is about 25,000 square feet. Both of mine that I owned were 25,000 square feet. Alabama has an entire building dedicated to food that's bigger than a performance training center. Alabama has a museum dedicated to Alabama football history. I don't even know why you need that. Most schools have that in their football-only facilities or their locker rooms, so that when you're touring, but now as a recruit, you can go and tour the history of Alabama football, all the way when they wouldn't let colored boys play, so they probably have a segregation time and desegregation time. Meanwhile, schools like Alabama, like Miami, Florida State too, and other schools are saying, we're running out of land. We don't have anywhere to build stuff. Alabama is creating land. Actually, I told one person, they probably aren't even creating land. Saban just probably just booted people off of their property. This is what happens when you're dedicated to football. The people will willingly give up their homes for Alabama football to win national championships. One of the things that was the most terrifying when Nick Saban was an analyst for the national champion and David Pollack said, this is Georgia has unseated Alabama, said that shit in Nick Saban's fucking face. I saw Nick's face and I said, fuck. This bitch just gave him the reason to live for 5 more years. Now he's gonna just start doing shit that don't even make sense, man. And good for Nick. Kudos to Nick. But back to Darren Heitner. Name, image, and lies. Darren Heitner, all Gator fans have collectively said that they hate this man. For those who don't know, Darren Heitner is a 3-time University of Florida graduate, bachelor's, master's, and law. He is a sports agent. He teaches classes at the University of Florida Law School, and as well as he just started at the University of Miami with the NIL. He was one of the guys who helped create the Gator Collective. It is said that Darren Heitner is the reason why Florida did not get their prize bell cow recruit, Jalen Rashada. And he was negotiating the deal and all these different things. Darren has said that he doesn't know Jaden. He doesn't know Mizell. He doesn't know some of these guys that he is alleged to have represented. But here is what has been said in an article that was produced. While the contract was signed by both those parties, the Gator Collective did not have a hand in negotiating it. That was done by Jackson Zager and his company, JTM Sports. UF graduate Darren Heitner is an attorney on retainer with JTM Sports. So Darren Heitner says he didn't have no knowledge of it, but if you're the attorney on retainer, that means your job is to oversee contracts. Also, in Heitner related news, in charge of legal matters and player relations for the Gator Collective, Grosso said Heitner has been instrumental to the collective since talks started about launching the organization. You know who else Heitner does work with? John Ruiz. Oh. Do you know who Rashida was committed to before? The University of Miami. You guys know that lying-ass Cuban. He's from this show. You know who he's connected with. They have literally put my man on the Summer Jam screen. They are posting pictures of Darren Heitner everywhere. They got a picture of him with Aiden Mizell, who's the contract he negotiated. But bigger than this, right now, what's going to end up happening? Let me tell people this though. You can delete that one. Everybody keeps talking about these numbers, right, as if they're so certain. $13 million, which it wasn't. They're saying that Rashada signed the contract before National Signing Day, and that's where this stuff comes into play. And I can neither confirm nor deny that, but I do know this. There are 3 clear rules per the NCAA when it comes to name, image, and likeness. You cannot use NIL deals to persuade a kid to come. NIL deals are not contingent upon you signing to a university. And you cannot negotiate NIL deals unless that person is a member of that academic institution. So if everybody's saying this, right, they're saying that John Ruiz had an NIL deal and he didn't like it. And they're saying that the Gator Collective had an NIL deal and he didn't like it. Do you know, and if they sign a contract, do you understand, if everybody knows these numbers, what that implies or what you're saying or what should happen? And they legally would have to do it, or they would have to face punishment because they would be admitting to doing something wrong. That means the University of Florida and the University of Miami are both on the hook for the finances that you guys continue to say that you just know. Or it could just be a bunch of people knowing that they're going to generate clicks and engagement by just talking shit about stuff that they really don't know anything about. But I will say that the paperwork was fucked up, and Jaden Rashada is not at the University of Florida. They got him out of, as you heard first here, they let him out of his contract. And that's a lot of shit. Darren Heitner is like fucked up a lot of shit. Darren, thank you for fucking up the outlet and the platform that I gave you. Fuck. This is what I get for dealing with pilgrims.
Pilgrim holiday.
Gave this motherfucker the best, gave him some heat.
Pilgrim holiday.
I was in Washington, D.C. hanging out. I'm gonna tell you, every time I go to, Denny Thompson says, every time I go to Washington, D.C., something bad happens to the University of Florida. I need to go to D.C. more often. I was in D.C. with, I went to the Million Man March. Shout out to my guy, Darnell, who I saw there, who's now Emmy, was it Academy or whatever the fuck it is. You're nominated for some big award for cartoon. That's when they found out that their quarterback was taking steroids. They got kicked off the team. And I told them it was about to happen. They had just beat LSU. And I was like, enjoy your last win of the season. Yeah, I get my plug is like, I also reported about the credit card scandal. Hey, the credit card scandal was so great that they actually played the Facebook Live that I was talking about it in compliance. They're like, how the fuck does he know what's going on? It's awesome. But this is what Darren's going to have to do. Darren, they're talking about, I've had some people who are lawyers talking about this is grounds for disbarring you. But if somebody's going to come at me, there's the greatest cinematic scene in movie history and Trap Boy history. Everybody should try to strive to be like this man in some manners. I've had my Nino Brown moments every time I go to the hood. But this was the moment when Darren Heitner's got to stand on the desk. You come on this show, Darren, if you want to return the favor and tell the truth. I ain't the kingpin. It's Akeem Akbar, the educated Negro from the bank. He's a part of this. This is bigger than Darren Heitner. If I'm going down, I'm bringing everybody with me. Bring everybody down, Darren. Stop snitching only works in the hood, partner. Snitch. Let's do this together. Beat Charleston White. Please sing. Tell about that line ass Cuban. Tell about all the backroom shady deals. Let's do this, dog. Let's flourish, King. We can get paid off of this, dog. Do you realize you may get disbarred, but your book would be doing numbers? Tell on everybody. This is what y'all do. You know y'all. You know you skinny little boys do that. I want to say something else, but I don't want them people coming after me. Because, you know, when I heard that motherfucker on the Breakfast Club said, no, we couldn't just let Kanye slide now, could we? That's fucking terrible. You know how goonish that is? You literally have just fulfilled the stereotype that he said that you were doing. We couldn't just ignore that. We couldn't just let that shit slide. Fuck Kanye. You come against us, we coming down on your ass. So I'm not going to say that because it's identifier. It's his heritage. It's just what he is. It's not indicative of the entire culture. It's just what he is. But we know the rich blue white collar shit. Y'all turn coat and you snitch on people. Let's get the snitching, bitches. That's what we need. That's Darren. Darren, get the snitching, bitches. I want to know it all. I want to know. Tell on the daddy. Matter of fact, fuck Jaden Rashada. He fucked you over, Darren. Fuck his eligibility up too. I would call. I need the voicemail message. I say, bitch, if they take my bar license, I'm taking your fucking football career and everything with it. Because them white people going to come at you hard, dog. Them Gators, I know they're going to come at you hard. You're dealing with, they don't play fair sometimes. They go scorched earth. As my father says, some people think, killing a man is the worst thing you do. But if you could kill a house word breathing, that's some real shit. And what that means is you take somebody's ability to earn their livelihood That's killing somebody breathing. You just need to tell them, if y'all fuck with me, I'm fucking up the whole thing. Florida be on probation until they got flying fucking cars. They'll be playing football like the Jetsons. Come on, D. Come on, D. Let's do this together, D. Get the snitching, D. All name, image, and likeness, and a lot of this stuff is conspiracy theories, guys. But I'm not even going to hold you. There are some conspiracy theories that I actually believe. I'm gonna tell you in a minute, but like, but this one, as a culture, I need black people. Like, some conspiracy theories, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. In this cloning shit, you guys are really, really fucking getting on my nerves right now. It's not so much that I don't believe the government has the ability to clone people. I just don't think the government will clone some of the people that y'all are saying they're cloning. I was scrolling and perusing through social media, as I often do. This is my entertainment. I don't watch TV. And I saw the Hamlin conspiracy. And I'm like, the Hamlin, so I thought it was my guy Ken Hamlin, former Dallas Cowboy, Arkansas Razorback, great cigar line called The Arrival. Then I'm like, maybe he's a Denny Hamlin, a NASCAR driver. I think that's what he does. And then I was like, Hamlin, because let's tell the truth. None of you guys knew who this motherfucker was until he almost died.
No way.
Great guy. I'm glad I learned a lot of good stuff about him. But like, there was nothing outside of to his parents. Just like me, I feel the same way about me, guys. So don't, before you bash me, I'm impressive to my family and maybe a few other people. The world doesn't know who the fuck I am outside of Florida State and maybe Jags Twitter. I'm not arrogant like that. I haven't cured cancer or solved world hunger. I'm a good dude, decent. I'm a decent man, but like shit, I get it.
It went decent very quick.
But yeah, I'm like, I just really believe it just depends on who you ask. So like, decent kind of gets you right in the middle. I have some exes that probably would tell you I ain't shit from stuff I did a long time ago. Then there's some people that probably think I'm like a fucking saint. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm a great friend, terrible enemy. But I can promise you this. Ain't nobody cloning DeMar Hamlin. I think that's how you say his name. But where this came from was people are saying that they have not seen this man's face since he got out of the hospital. And there was a video. One of the tweets is the video, and this is the video that made everybody start saying that. Not that one. Should be that we want to play that too with Josh Adams, not Josh Adams. Whatever Josh says, but I think it might be the last one. Yeah. So this is the video that they're talking about right here, because my God, people are like being nosy as fuck, and so he's like standing in the, he's gone to the game, cover his face. Probably got niggas, guys. He almost died. He's probably still recovering. I'm glad he's walking. But people are saying that they've cloned him. Why would they clone him? Like, no offense to Hamlin, but like, there's a lot of other motherfuckers that they would probably clone before him, Like, they never say they clone. Like, why would they start cloning with MLK or something like that? Like somebody like that's gonna like that brings more value than entertainment. It reminds me of a conversation, and then my friend got mad on Facebook when we called him on his shit. He's like, "You can't tell me this is the same Gucci man. Look at the face tattoo. That's a clone." Why in the fuck would they clone Gucci man? Why? Out of all the influential people, why the fuck are we cloning Gucci? Gucci ain't went platinum, dog. I get it. You hood N-words like Gucci. I got Lemonade is a bop. I enjoy some of the Gucci songs, but there are way more influential people to help perpetuate the stereotype of ignorance in the African American community than fucking Gucci Mane. Ain't nobody cloning Gucci Mane. Just think about what you said. The evil person, like the guy from Inspector Gadget. How can we destroy the African American community? Gucci Mane. That's exactly who the influential Negroes are listening to. That's who's going to warp the minds of these guys. Gucci Mane. Yeah, like when this 9/11 happened, get Ja Rule, like come on, man. And then black people be like, this is why we don't have shit. No, we don't have shit because see, we would clone a fucking tripod. That's what we would clone. Like the reason why we don't have shit is because we believe the dumbest shit possible. Like what? Just okay. In the comments, if you believe that they've cloned Hamlin, why? What is the benefit? Like, what is the greater good? Not just of the community. What is the money in it? Like, well, they didn't want somebody to die on the football field, so they had to cut. Bitches die every day, B. You know what? I told somebody this. I am now, and this is going to segue perfectly. I am seeing firsthand the side effects of what CTE can do to somebody. It is fucking terrifying. I have started putting my friends on alert. Matter of fact, Miles, I was talking to my boy Sid. I said, Sid, if you ever hear me on this show and I'm yelling about my office not being clean, please have somebody come check on me because my mind's not there. And Sid said, he's like, nah, man. I think Miles would probably step up and be like, hey, man, you okay? He's like, you have said some borderline shit that we thought might get you taken off the air. But at the same time, you're too, because I fear losing my mind. I don't want to lose my mind. Kill me before I lose my mind. Just don't have me out this bitch seeing, like, talking about, what did my man Herschel Walker talk about? Vampires and werewolves. Don't have me out. This motherfucker almost won. He probably would have won if he just didn't say anything about werewolves and vampires.
I don't even understand.
And it was people defending it, just like, you know what, fuck Hamlin. We're gonna go right into the next thing. The conspiracy theory that I've created, and I am gaining momentum, and more people are coming to my side. Deion Sanders and Ed Reed were COINTELPRO. They're plans to destroy historically black colleges and universities. What do I mean? Ed Reed is on a tirade acting like that ex that we've all had that just can't take the fact that you said you don't want to be in a relationship with her. So she's not only trying to bash the windows out your car, slash your tires, she's hacked into your Facebook, she's going around to your job, she's telling everybody you ain't shit. She is making sure she puts everything possible out there to besmirch and destroy your name. So much so that she doesn't care what she looks like. She'll tell the world that she got herpes and that you got it because she's mad at you. I seen a chick say that one time, and I said, do you realize how dumb you sound? He got herpes, bitch. That means you got herpes. But we talked about we would have talked about it more. This did happen on Monday. Oh, hold on, not this one. Let's go to the next. Click on that one. Okay, hold on to that. That's him being a bitter bitch. But before that, go back to the other one with Deion, and then go to the quote tweet. The tweeted quote. All right. So we're gonna play this. I just want you. I'm not even gonna play the whole Roland Martin interview. This shit is so hilarious that I've been going around calling my friends, telling them this shit that Ed Reed said, because it's like you lost your composure on an interview set up to make you look good. But go, let's push this. I want people to hear this shit. And you motherfuckers are excusing that more BCU was good problem. So that makes this okay? But what is he telling Roland? And then Roland Martin's fat ass don't give a shit about black. Man, I'm so tired of y'all putting these motherfuckers. Roland Martin's in the same category as Jason Fatlock. I'm gonna fuck both of them up when I see them, and for different reasons. But anyways, go ahead and play this.
Have other HBCUs reached out to y'all?
We've been in contact with other head coaches from HBCU. I turned down the Jackson State job to come here, Roland Martin. Jackson State called me. Deion Sanders called me himself.
This turn right here, every black boy has seen what's about to happen. That look there.
Listen, everything
we've all done that. Push pause real quick, Miles.
Is accurate. There
Actually, no. Let it play because he's about to say something else.
Bethune-Cookman in previous years from other Grambling, from bro.
So smart brother Akeem Akbar is trying to help him.
Opportunities for Ed to be a head coach at multiple colleges.
He's trying to help him, telling him to shut the fuck up. That's why I'm here. Campus, that's why I'm here. This man single-handedly right now, he's already fucking BCU, right? This over the opportunity. He just threw Jackson State and Deion Sanders under the bus.
I came here. I was impressed.
Grambling.
We hadn't seen everything, but
saying
just the
he turned out. Now let's put stop on this. Now go to the other clip because I told y'all that doesn't shock me. I've told y'all Prom full of shit.
Very.
But let's listen to what Prom. That's the tweet that we quoted. So Prom offered you the job, but Prom went on his own platform. And Prom, who did you, Deion? Did you said on your own thing? Did Deion say you call Ed Reed for the job? Let's see, Deion, who did you say you should get the job, Deion?
I'm trying my best with this wonderful gentleman to help choose this next guy for you. My recommendation goes to TC. They know how I feel about TC. I want TC. And several of the staff members are going to be retained here, but that's mine. I would love for someone in-house because I don't really know how y'all would act with somebody outside the house.
So, wait a minute. Hold up. Prom said he always wanted TC to have a job. So in this loud outburst, and this is what the bitter bitches do, guys. This is why I keep telling y'all, stop explaining this. I've been through this shit before with a bitter ex. The bitter bitches don't give a fuck who they destroy. When they trying to destroy it, all they see is fire. Telling me it's passion. Them bitches got passion too. That's why they trying to kill you. They don't want you to be successful without them. Sorry, I don't like. Yes, is he Hall of Fame? Great, phenomenal guy. Just acting like a bitter bitch. As a black community, we got to start calling this stuff what it is, man.
You need your friends to check you.
I tell people, please check me if I'm like this man made. So we've all made that look. Like I call my friends right now every day and being like. Because the educated brother was saying, we are rolling. We've got we have done everything, and everything was great at BCU, and it was going down the right path, and we were excited to be here, and we liked the things that they were talking about doing. Deion Sanders called me personally. I turned down Jackson State. Like, huh? It's like the meme. Nobody, absolutely nobody. Nobody figured I turned down Jackson State. Dog, that doesn't scream that looks like a person that's not unhinged. I promise you guys, act like this on your go on God. I may ask somebody to really do this because I want a videotape just to prove a point. If I get this much money, if I ever win the lottery, I would do this to prove a point to some of you stupid motherfuckers that's always defending dumb shit. Go on your social media right now and talk about all the bad things at your job and how shitty it is. Tell them where all the bodies are buried and all the roaches is at and all that other shit and see how long you have a job. Y'all will give celebrities the leeway and rope that you won't get your damn self. And yes, Bethune-Cookman has issues. Yes, the president didn't necessarily make it the best thing. Multiple things could be true at the same time. You took this job knowing that HBCUs have issues. You said in this interview that they were doing things the right way and you wanted to be there. But you also in this interview not only continue to make BCU look bad, which you said you were here to help HBCUs. You're trashing one HBCU. You literally now got two other HBCUs having to have conversations with their coaches about, did you really try to hire this guy? And you want to know what's funny? He's right. Everybody talks about Deion Sanders and that being the plan. It was supposed to be Deion Sanders, Ed Reed, Eddie George, and actually Murder Ray. We're all talked about going to different HBCUs and their ability to help raise funds to be able to break these schools more prominent. So the Grambling thing happened before Hugh Jackson got there. But now Hugh Jackson's got to ask the questions to his athletic director. Did you try to fire me to bring in Ed Reed? Because that would be what's called a fucking breach of contract. And now TC has to wonder, how much confidence did you have for me? Because because the athletic director at Jackson State was down in Miami trying to recruit Ed Reed to come up. And then Deion did call Ed Reed to try to get him to do it. But that wasn't supposed to get out. And you want to tell me that this is the guy who's teaching young men how to be young men? You old heads always love to say these young boys is always on social media talking. And all this motherfucker has done for the last 3 weeks is talk. And then he does this. And this is what I learned. And Charleston White is right about some stuff. Charleston White, you go to the video of him exposing the trash that's at BCU. Charleston White talked about how you can tell how some people don't have real money. And what happened was Gilly the Kid was picking on Rick Ross about how he had farm animals and shit, right? And then anybody who knows tax and wealth codes knows you go buy land and you put a couple horses, a couple cows on it because you don't get hit with the property taxes that you get hit with like everything else. It becomes a benefit. That becomes looked at farmland or agriculture, and it's better. Now, what we're about to push right now, I'm going to give you some insight. Every university has this room. It's called a surplus room. You know, when you think about it, BCU's been hit with 2 fucking hurricanes. You know what they couldn't just do? Leave shit outside because it will get mildew. But this is what Ed Reed has released this since then because he's doing what the bitches do. I got receipts. Sassy ass boy. Go ahead, and push that. Like that's just what I'm saying. This is so fucking. When you look at this at a historically black college, what would you say to this, Dr. Umar?
Welcome.
Why are the pilgrims in colored's business, Dr. Umar? Now look at this. He says this is where the trash is hidden. I see desk. I see chairs. I see cabinets. I see a storage fucking room. It's what happens when you have a college. Florida State has that. Most big businesses have this. You get done with that. This is but I'm saying, like, you said that you care about the university, but at every given point, you keep trying to tear down the university. How is this helping, Edward? The defenders, what is this helping? All this makes me not want to do is send my. It's not even because it's HBCUs are in. I don't want to send my kid because y'all are petty and fucking catty. And nobody has time for that. But here's the bigger thing. HBCUs talk about pride and why not us. And they talk about the kids are protesting and marching and doing all this other shit, which lets me know that like marching hadn't changed shit since the 60s, guys. And it didn't change shit then. If you really want to know and study the civil rights, this is why I don't blame Ron DeSantis as much as others with the not getting, because they don't teach fucking history right anyway. It makes you believe that we shall overcome, and we hummed and hawed and said, grabbed arms and elbows, and we prayed our way into letting these motherfuckers give us a seat at the table. And that's not what fucking happened. America changes in 2 ways: violence or economy. Period. This is what made the Civil Rights Act happen. Them people did a fucking bus boycott. And you know what happened with the bus boycott? It fucking hurt it hurt the economy. That's what happened. Secondly, the violence that Malcolm X threatened. But the protest and the marching ain't going to change a private institution that, yes, I'll agree with you. They need to get rid of the guy named Melvin Perry, but you can't get through that by you're mad. I tell you what you do. Everybody put in their transfer papers, and that will send notice. Because you can't have a college without students. You people want to act. You don't want to act.
That's dope.
And that's the problem with y'all. All you doing is acting. Getting on social media, talking about shit, and not willing to do nothing. Protest without consequence is a temper tantrum. That's all you want to do, and that's what it's seen as, is a fucking temper tantrum. That's what them students is doing. That's what Ed Reed is throwing right now. He's a 45-plus-year-old man throwing a fucking temper tantrum. And you people are excusing it because you think that's the right way to go. Real men don't throw temper tantrums. They go get shit done. That's why I admire what Eddie George is doing. It's a real fucking man. But you're right. The university shouldn't have those things. But I also know that the university, Daytona, got directly hit by back-to-back hurricanes this past fall. Them motherfuckers just got back on campus. The football team was stranded. They didn't even get a chance to play home games like that. Where were you motherfuckers caring about your HBCU pride when I was out here trying to find money to feed Bethune-Cookman football team when they were here in Jacksonville? When Deion was bitching about walking through and almost got his ass whooped by Alabama State. You can't tell me these motherfuckers aren't plants, because in their time and on the way they went out, they did more to destroy them. But much like I tell you this, but them, you know why them kids ain't trying to transfer out? Y'all don't want to talk about this. Motherfucker, HBCUs damn near let anybody in as long as you got a high school degree. You know why they ain't transferring out? Because them bitches can't get anywhere else. How do I know? I barely got into Florida State. My ass was supposed to go to Florida State. Barely let me in, right? It was a lot of work had to get done to get me in. FAMU not only let me in, they let me into a 5-year program with SBI, one of the best business schools you could get to in the nation. And that's not besmirching them. I would have been proud to have gone there. But you know what I would have looked at as? I would have looked at it as an opportunity that was given to me because nobody else wanted my black ass. And that's what Deion and Ed Reed should be doing, because when nobody else was hiring your black ass, an HBCU was giving you the fucking opportunity. And all you've done is fucking besmirch it and give it his ass to kids. Yes, they have problems. They have other issues that need to be fixed. But your black ass wouldn't have had that opportunity if it wouldn't have been for the motherfuckers who got all the issues to fix. And you know who else got issues to fix? PWIs. Every school has all the problems that you have. Howard had these issues, but you know what Howard didn't do? Howard's football coach didn't do? Didn't go around here fucking crying and complaining. It's just sad. It's sad. And but again, you won't get me to believe that conspiracy, these motherfuckers ain't plants. But on a lighter note, and we're gonna go into our Green Acre Sporting Goods. Green Acre Sporting Goods brings you Hate O'Clock, which I don't really have much to hate on outside of that. But go get your Second Amendment rights. Learn your freedoms. The first two rights of America were freedom of speech, which isn't free. And then they knew when you start popping off and start talking that shit, you better have a gun. So they gave you your Second Amendment right so that you can defend yourself. And you need to go to Green Acre Sporting Goods, learn all about this stuff. Go get you a 9mm, a shotgun, and a 380. I joke about the 380 that I carry. I carry it for Big John Henderson. Love Big John. Great guy. Big motherfucker crazy. I don't want to kill Big John. I just want to wound him. If he comes at me, I just need to pop him, let him know we there. Because I don't know if I can run, and I don't want to tussle with him. Like that's a big man. Remember we was just talking about the weight class? That's a weight class issue. Yes, we both are heavyweights, but he's a fucking super heavyweight. I don't want that smoke. but go out there, get you learning. But it's bigger than that. Fishing, boating equipment, you know, ammunition, all kinds of shit. Z and them take care of you. Love those guys. You know, I'm like the fucking Rainbow Coalition when it comes to my sponsors, man. I got coloreds, whites, Arabs, Jewish people. I can say Jewish people if I'm saying it in a nice way, right? Okay, all right, just making sure. I didn't know if I didn't know if you can't say their name at all. I don't want no smoke, please. But I think sometimes, you know what Ed Reed did? This is how I know Ed Reed was mad. Is one of the beautiful things about being at an HBCU campus is the ass. A good ass could just put a smile on anybody's, no matter how bad your day is. I mean, woman, you want to know how you can change the world? It's Wagon Wednesday. It's a man having a fucking bad day right now. This man is probably about to go do like what the 75-year-old man did in California. He's about to go shoot up a grocery store. If one woman would have sacrificed her ass to just send him an ass pic, it would have deterred him and lives would have been saved. Not blaming you as a woman, but I'm just saying a good ass can make you smile. I've been smiling for almost 20 years looking at this one ass, and I never knew, and I don't know the science behind it. Babies do something to Black women's bodies that is amazing. I have seen women who had no ass. They have a baby, and now all of a sudden they're sitting on 2 Christmas hams. Erykah Badu's ass is amazing. And she blessed, well, her daughter blessed the timeline with an ass, with just some ass shots. Not ass shots, but like an ass shot. And it was put in collective male group chats across the nation, and a lot of people smiled. She's wearing my favorite color. It's just a good ass. You can't help but smile. She's doing her part to help the economy and to help the world. Now, granted, Erykah Badu is like me with Dior Sauvage. I don't want to be within 100 yards of her. If you've never seen the interview with her on Shade 4-5 with Sway, Sway acted like he was a werewolf when he was around her. And he was like, what is that smell? She was just like, it's me. So it smells so good. What is it? She's like, no, it's me. Like, what are you wearing? What perfume? No, it's coming from inside of me. And the way his mouth was, I thought he was going to rape her, dog. I don't want nobody having that kind of control on me. That is some cooter. I'm going to tell you again, okay, this dose is a cooter. You can't give more than 65% to people who can't handle it. But I want you to think about this. Think about the cooter that Erykah Badu has, right? And I'm going to tell you this. Look at the men that she's been with. Look at what I just told you what Sway was acting like. He didn't even get none of the cooter. 1995, Outkast dropped Players Ball. Andre 3000 was wearing an Atlanta Braves jersey, some jeans. He was dressed like a human being. He meets Erykah Badu. Gets some of the cooter. Next thing you know, he's in a fucking, they're making songs about AT aliens. He's wearing fucking shoulder pads, band pants, and a Russian hat, And now he's just going around playing the fucking flute at random places. I told you the one thing I care about more than anything is I don't want to lose my mind. That motherfucker cooter made him lose his mind. That's a good cooter right there. But that's a good ass, and that ass is blessing everybody. And that's her daughter, who looks the exact same way as her. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I just don't know if everybody's talking about Lori Harvey, who isn't Steve Harvey's real daughter. She just adopted his last name. Like, everybody talks about Steve Harvey teaching Lori Harvey the game, right? Without realizing that Lori's mom dated a drug kingpin, broke up with him, dated the drug kingpin's brother to go get a famous rich comedian. That bitch know the game. Like, she went from side chick to the main bitch. it's really an American love story. Like if we think about it, they should write it. This is why I hated Steve Harvey for so long. They're not telling women the truth. You can side piece your way to the main bitch. Even though some side bitches get, it just cut off my, some side bitches get more than the main bitch. But another thing that's going that could spill over into my hate o'clock. And it's really not hate for this because I think businesses should have the right to do whatever the fuck they want to do. But now M&M's is woke. M&M says they're getting rid of the M&M's. And they're going with a spokeswoman. M&M's to replace candy mascots with Maya Rudolph after backlash over character redesigns. Now, if you don't know who Maya Rudolph is, she is the perfectly ambiguously complected person. I know she's black, but I didn't know it till I looked it up. That woman's lighter than my mama. And my mama's really light. She's got straight hair. She's got all these different things, but like she's going to become the face. And I do believe that they're saying that this might be a Super Bowl stunt just to get that. And Mars is doing very, very good. Very, yeah, I love her. She was on Mad TV. She's got some kind of show. She's been she did a skit on Saturday Night Live where Eddie Murphy came back about the joke that Eddie Murphy's daughter, like they did Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, but the reverse. And she brought a white man back, and it was like the family times, and they were doing the toast. She's just really good because she's able to leave the straight face and deliver stuff that's just awesome that a lot of people don't know how to do. America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved spokes candies. We weren't sure if anyone would even notice, and we definitely didn't think it would break the internet, but now we get it. Even the candy shoes can be polarizing. And I guess, you got one, the brown M&M got heels and attitude. But can I say this though? And this isn't a knock on Maya the way she looks. I think I think outside of her being light skinned, I think she's gorgeous. Or rice skinned, if you would. If I didn't say that they were trying to change it because of being woke, wouldn't she look like the perfect M&M spokesperson? She kind of looks like an Eminem to me. Like, I don't know, like even my sister says shit like that, like you look like an Eminem. I'm like, yeah, the first comment I had was she looked like an Eminem. Not like round and stuff. It's just like I can see her and I get red M&M from her. I don't see any problem with it. And lastly, but not least, two things that I think, like, how Miles, you were saying you went from good to decent real quick, because I might be a bad person. I like what I like, and I like strange things. I like really, really tall women, but I also like really, really short women. My friend Grimes, they all know my obsession with midgets, with little people. I didn't realize that there were little people that were perfectly like symmetrical. Like I've seen the ones that they call normal bodies, but even then they still got like the long torso and like, you know what I'm saying, guys. But the more normal looking ones are still, you get like, that's a midget. But now they got ones that like they look like dolls. Like nothing looks like. I look and I had to look again. I had to look at the little arms and the hands to realize one was eating a pickle. So,
Oh my god!
but she was gorgeous. She was pretty. I'm like, look at this pretty little midget. So now I'm following pretty little midgets. On, they need a hashtag so that we can find these people. Because I don't know where they're getting them. And I'm like, Grimes, where the fuck are you finding these pretty little midgets from? And is that dope? Like, I just want one. Like, well, two. For my birth, I'm going to get one for my 40th birthday. I'm going to walk around Goodfellas with 2 midgets in both arms. Just like Michael Jackson's got a picture with 2 midgets. I want one. Where do you find these people? But I'm telling you, hold on, Miles, you think I'm crazy? Hold on, I don't even. Let me find this midget. This midget was bad. I put the midget's picture on. You know how you share it on your stories, right?
Yeah.
I shared the little person on my story, and I said, "Man, you know you look good, mama." And you know what she said? She's like, "I know." She got like 70. I'm like, "Look at this little confident little person." Like this one, her name is Fitted Stacks. I don't know if you like that one looked a little bit more midgety than the other ones, but like I'm looking at her, I'm like, "Oh wow." She looked like a real person. Like you know how when you see a little old faced girl, anybody ever seen them old faced little kids, the kids that look like they've been the Benjamin Button kids, if you will. I just, she looked like an old faced little girl. But then this one right here, I thought she looks like the girl who does my dreads.
Oh, I did see her.
But look how she looks like. If you look at her face,
Yeah.
that's a real person's face.
You know what? It's a full-size person.
That's what I mean. Yeah, my bad. Full size. That's a real size. This is normal size, not fun sized. Because she's just, it's like, speaking of Mars candy, it's the fun size Snickers. They need to do that as the hashtag, fun size candy or something like that. And then this is the pickle girl. Like the pickle's as big as her. Throw me off.
Wow.
And yes, that's why the only reason I know I'm like not the worst person in the world, because I have worse friends. I don't know how he finds these things. I don't know how, but then they send it to me. I laugh, I chuckle, they laugh, they chuckle. I'm sorry for the people who are going to listen to this on Apple Tunes or whatever. But bottom line is, go find Little People. Little People IG is amazing. But that's not what makes me a bad person, I don't think. I think everybody, like they say, big girls need love too. Fun-sized people need love too. I am an ultimate competitor in all sports. If my sons ever came to me and told me that the best player that they've ever seen or on their team is not equipped with all the pieces that everybody else has, I'm going to put them in piano. I'm going to immediately take them out of sports. So on IG, on Say Cheese TV, they have posted this video. And it reminds me of, not video, this picture. I think it's just picture, no video. But it reminds me of the shit that went viral right before 1010 discontinued our show. With the basketball kid with one fucking arm. I'm just going to make him go left every time. Like, I'm not going to you're not going to dominate me with one fucking arm. But what's worse than being dominated by a guy with one arm? A guy with no legs. How are you hooping with no fucking legs?
I don't believe it.
A 13-year-old boy who was born without legs has won a place on the school's basketball team and is now their star player. I'm just dunking on him. I'm just jumping over him every time. If I go out on a court, it's damn, we needed that. We got to get that sound from movie 48. This is where Terrence Howard comes in. Coach, this team is undefeated in the league. They're pretty good. What do you think? I think you boys have worked hard all season. You've done what I've told you to do. You've done it with character. But I got news for you. We're gonna fucking win. Well, you mean if we put all the they've got a guy with no legs on the court. You've got 2 legs. You mean, coach? He's like, I'd be like, oh, Trey, come here, Trey. How big is your dick? Foot and a half. Shit. Bitch, your dick is bigger than him. He ain't got no legs, man. I couldn't coach against this.
Yeah, no.
I would get technicals. People would be like, the people with disabilities would be trying to crucify me. Anytime he shoots, we're not blocking the shot. We're kicking the fucking ball out of the air. I want to see a karate. That's what I want to see. Get that shit out of here.
There's no way. I like feel-good stories too, but that's an impossible.
Go feel good with somebody else. You're not finna make no Disney. Y'all, the last thing I want to ever do is let somebody make a Disney movie out of me. Fuck that. Out here with guys with no. This is you know what? Mode at school, social media, that's not what's wrong with society. What's wrong with society is taking it easy on people when they decide to come into arenas that they're not designed to be in. It's disrespectful. If he comes out there like he has two legs, then we're going to treat him like he has two legs. We're going to treat him as such. It's like when we did our lacrosse practice the other day. We were doing Hell Week, right, with Bowls Lacrosse. When the coach's sons came out there, he's in 6th grade. He's not as mature and developed as the other kids.
Right.
I see all my kids all mountain size, and then we see the fun size kid. I look at the fun size kid. I said, what grade you in? He says, I'm in 6th grade. I told him, I don't give a shit. The times are the fucking times. If you can't make the times, all y'all motherfuckers are gonna run more. Y'all understand me? Like, oh, he's just, I said, nobody told his fucking ass to come out here. I'm not gonna take it easy on you because you're young. You know why? Charlie's not gonna take it easy on you. You have to prepare them for what life is gonna give them. Alpha male moment. Nobody gives a fuck. They only care about the results that you can produce. I tell my son that all the time. Nobody calls me because I'm just the nicest guy or I'm the smartest guy. Then just know I can get shit done. And with the minute that I can't get shit done, you know what's probably going to happen to 90% of the people that help me do shit? I'm no longer going to get shit done. So if your ass gonna come out there with 2 legs, you better be dunking on motherfuckers. You better be the Shaq of no leg motherfuckers. Stephen Curry of no legs. God damn, boy. That's probably gonna be bad. I probably, if I was on 10-10, I'd definitely get called to the principal's office on that one. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you bring your kid, if he got one, so, and I'll end with this. Don't send me, don't tag me in anything. Don't send me film. Don't give me something if you don't want my opinion on it. There was a kid with one arm that was playing running back that put up numbers in West Florida. So I have no fucking idea how he didn't fumble the ball. I don't know what the fuck was going on. And then I said, and the kid was like, this is when I lost my mind on him, right? I try to give you, and my boy Devin listens to the show all the time. Shout out to my brother from Monk's Corner. My brother from Monk's Corner told me some real life game. He said, James, you're going to drive yourself crazy thinking that the world is going to have the same logic as you and approaches things with maturity. Now, I didn't necessarily, first I approached it with maturity. Then he said, I don't understand why. He's got similar numbers to Derrick Henry. I said, bitch, Derrick Henry had 2 arms.
Oh, is he really?
And I said, Derrick Henry, I'm looking at who he played. They were like, why doesn't this one-armed man have a football scholarship? Because he ran over 1,000 yards. And I'm like, man, look who he's running. Look at who he's playing, man. It's like Calvary Christian Academy of the Arts. I don't know where that's at. Like, you're playing these small schools with 10, 11 guys. And now, granted, the kid with one arm was kind of jacked for a kid with one arm. I never understood how you can get both sides symmetrical when you only got one arm. Like, you can't, like, how is this left pec as big as your right pec when you ain't got no left arm? You can't do bench press. I don't know. Things I have questions for, but whatever. Like, and I'm trying my best to be nice and be like, you know, his film is good. They're like, Florida State should off. He's got one fucking arm. I'm like, you want me to lose? Like, you want somebody to lose their job, bringing in a one-armed man because of the feel-good story? What do you think they would do to him on the football field with one arm? These savages. I'll tell you what they would do. Some of these people, And I know some people probably thought it. If he played big school ball, they would have done it. You're gonna figure out how to fuck up your right arm. Now you just got no arms. That's what's gonna happen, man. Talk about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry can equally stiff arm with both hands. All right, appreciate y'all chopping it up with me. We'll probably be here on Friday if things aren't going bad. If the American people with disabilities and then don't try to run me off. See y'all later, man.